Hello guys, welcome to Rage Against the Dice. Today we're starting Alan's first foray into the actual building and painting etc. of miniatures. Let me just introduce. There he is.
Hello.
Look at this.
Shadowed into the
Alan
background.
like as ever, indeed. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you exactly what he's chosen, talk you through why he's chosen, who he's chosen, as basically as we can anyway. And then we're going to go from there. We're not going to film him cutting his finger and gluing himself to stuff. So we'll just show you the stages, just to keep it...
A&E.
Yeah, and once we get back from A&E, which we'll no doubtly have to attend, you'll be able to see a finished product.
Booked a taxi already.
Yep. Uber. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's on its way.
Perfect. So we're just going to get all set up and then we'll come back with everything. So the model and the sort of Age of Sigmar army we've started with is the Kharadron overlords or dwarves, and it's the Arcanite Admiral. I'm going to take you over to Alan and sort of give you a little... He's going to tell you a little bit about why these appeal to him as opposed to some of the others. He's very new to Age of Sigmar, most definitely.
Completely new, 100%. Don't actually know anything about it other than obviously what Kev's introducing us to at the moment. The reason I went for these bore no insight or relevance. I won't try and sort of affix any kind of purpose to action or anything here, but one of the things that I was pretty keen on is it is a dwarf and it is quite steampunky, and I like that.
Yeah,
No, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say it fits into a lot of the other things we like as well. It's very Skyrim-esque.
Yep. So I'm a big in Skyrim. I'm a big fan of the Dwemer. So this kind of fits in with that kind of stylistic look, which I do appreciate.
Cool. I mean, one thing I'm going to say is you have never built a model before, have you?
Never. No, not even been nearby when other people have built.
Yeah,
models.
you game, but that's usually stuff that's
you've made. Or
or that we've got elsewhere. Yeah, so this will be your very, very first time painting a model.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna talk you through it step by step. But there's resources online. Anybody who paints Games Workshop products will have known of the god Duncan. You're going to be introduced to Duncan. He's like a brother. He's like an overbearing brother who tells you to thin down your paints and put on 2 coats. But the stuff he says is actually really, really good. He's memeable. He's very memeable. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you the tools he's got there is his craft knife and his clippers. I've got mine as well because I'm botching together some skeletons purely because I've got some leftover from conversions and a commission that I'm working on. So I'm going to botch these up. Look at that. Square bases. I'm not going to use them for anything really, so the square bases are fine. And I've pretty much used all my circular bases building cacti and stuff.
Just for clarity there, that sniffing was your cold coming on, not you just doing a line of something on just off camera.
Oh yeah, definitely. The cold is back, which is why I've started doing videos again. It was gone for a while.
Videos, I didn't. You always have a cold.
Yeah, I didn't want people to think, oh, he's healthy. You know, it gives us geeks a bad impression. You know, like they might think I'm running around or something. No.
That's why I'm so ultimately pale.
Yeah, pale, bit pasty, bit grumpy.
I need to fit into.
Absolutely, there is. So yeah, what we're going to do is he's going to open up the pack. We're going to get out the sprues. Yeah. I will film this bit now because I really like the idea that he might chop his hand off. So this is Alan's first time ever using a craft knife for anything other than emo-esquely cutting other people. He never self-harmed, he just liked to cut other folk. So yeah, I shall pass him across a craft knife and we shall see how he goes ahead. Okay. Just so we can look at the sprue basically, I want to see. So you're just basically cutting the packaging open safely.
I'm assuming from this side, I'm cutting like that.
Yes.
I'm not going to do...
Whichever's going to be easiest for yourself, as long as you don't cut into your hand or the model, I'm happy enough.
That's fine. Just get a bit of give somewhere. That seemed to...
A lot easier than I think he was thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So straight away, I mean, if you pass that little sheet across, because I absolutely adore these models. It's not something I'm going to collect because I'm if I want to game with him, I've got Alan's. I'm sure he'll let me paint a single model at some point.
Never.
And then he'll probably smash it with a hammer or something. I don't know. But yeah, I like them. I think they're really, really good. The new plastics are beautiful. When you look at like this skeleton and it's in 100 parts. And these are a nice newer kit anyway. It's, what, 5 years old maybe? So not the end of the world. But this one is a beautiful, beautiful bit of kit. Very simple. The plastic characters I really, really like. So what we're going to do, Alan's going to start working forward.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to it. So, welcome back. We now have a fully assembled model. As you can see him there, he looks absolutely beautiful. Alan built it solely by himself as well, other than a few little pointers from me. He cleaned it all up as well, so anybody who's there going, I don't like cleaning my models, you know, if Alan can do it, anybody can do it. So there's no excuse. You know, scrape off those mould lines, clean up the bits of sprue connector and stuff. Right, so this is the first model you've ever built?
Absolutely,
Thoughts and feelings?
It was nice and straightforward. Obviously, it is somewhat of an easier piece to put together.
Of course.
There's not a lot of small fiddly bits, so I think as a first one for me ever to do, I think it was a good starting one. So I was pleased with that, and I'm happy with the outcome as well.
Perfect. The next thing we have to do is we either you have to decide what you want to do with the base. A lot of the time we just put sand on it, which we do before we undercoat it, but we have textured paints we can use, and we have that cool cracking stuff. So depending on what you want to do with the base is depending whether we base it.
So with this type of model that we've just built here, we don't have to do that thing that I know you've done with other models where you bath them.
Oh no, the reason that we bath certain models is if they're resin. And that's because when the resin models are getting pulled out of the moulds, they need a release agent to get them out because of the materials they use. So no, this little fella does not need a bath. Though if you want to take him in the bath, you're more than welcome to. Perfect. So yeah, the next step is either to put the sand on the base, or if you want to leave the base as it is for now and come back to that, then it's just undercoated black.
Cool.
So that, because you're going to be working with bronzes, metals, I believe, because you want that Dwemer style look.
Absolutely, yeah.
So the best thing to do is to spray it black. So we'll get on with that, and then we'll come back to where it is. We are going to upload this once we're at that stage, because I think the painting tutorial's a completely separate thing. Yeah. But we'll get that sprayed, and then we'll come back and we can get your thoughts and feelings on your sort of first dipping your toes into the building side of things.
Awesome. Right.
Cool. So we've now got it completely undercoated. As you can see there, he's done, you know, a really even job on it. He held the can away as far as he should. You know, all those basic things that you mess up on when someone isn't helping you out the first time. I remember my first couple of models were just black blobs. Poor Skaven without fur, because, you know, all the undercoat was too thick. So it's completely at a painting stage. Which is going to be the next part of the tutorial, and that's going to go up as part 2. Definitely like and subscribe. Anybody who's just getting into the hobby, this is going to be a good way to, you know, just follow Alan's steps. Now we're going to just have a little chat with Alan with regards to where he's going to go next, what colour schemes, etc. he might want to go with. Now he doesn't need to be naming paints or anything like that, because he doesn't know names of the paints yet. But that doesn't mean he doesn't know the kind of colour scheme he might want to go with. So,
absolutely. And one of the things I did want to add as well, which I forgot to mention earlier, which was when putting this together, what really did help was the little how-to steps that came with this. Really useful. So I wasn't just going in blind and assuming I knew where everything went.
Yeah, of course.
Some nice little pointers, which really helped out. And obviously Kev gave us some good guidance on quantities and locations of glue.
Yes.
So it didn't just become a big blobby mess.
I say it's one of those things that the first couple of times you put models together, you'll use too much glue. You'll maybe undercoat them too thickly. Yeah. The first couple of times you paint, you're going to put the paint on too thick. Yeah. When you've got someone who's helping you, and this is by no means saying, oh, I'm an expert, I know everything about painting, because I don't, but I certainly know how to avoid the pitfalls of starters, and that's what we want to do here. So for yourself, for anyone who watches the video, they'll be able to pick up on those things. Now, because you've now built one model, the next time you build your single character, which is we're gonna pick one of the next characters for the next time you build, we're gonna film the whole thing, so people can see, because you've got that bit of confidence now that you know how to pop a model together.
Yep.
And again, with this one, we're just gonna do the step-by-steps with the painting. So we're like, oh, that's it all base coated, that's it washed, that's it with any highlights, dry brushes, this is it finished.
Yeah.
Once you get a little more confident with it, we'll start filming little bits, like maybe we'll film you just doing the base coats of all the bronze or the golds or silvers or whatever colour you're going with. So that people can see the step-by-steps and go, oh, that's really good, but they can actually watch.
Yeah.
And pick up some things that way.
And you kind of segued back into what we were meant to be talking about in this bit, which was...
Absolutely.
So, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this, I do like, in Skyrim, my Dwemer, so I am going to be going for a sort of a steampunky, golds, silver, golds, bronze, maybe a touch of colour, but basically it's going to be around about the gold.
Yeah, we're going to keep it in the metallics.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's going to be really cool. One of the things I like about that is I like working with metallics anyway. And it means that as you get better and things like that, you can learn new techniques of ways of making metal, not using metal paints. So using yellows and browns to get golds and stuff. But it's a good basis. It's a good way to start.
Cool.
The Citadel range. People complain about some of the Citadel paints, and some of them I really like, some of them I really don't like. For me, I think their metal range is fantastic. I use Vallejo paints, which are like the top quality paints for a lot of things, but I really don't like them for the metals. So you're going to be working with the metals I like using anyway. So I'm fairly confident in consistencies and things like that. So I'm fairly confident that this little fella here, we're going to be able to get some decent stuff going on with him. I'll be able to teach you some dry brushing techniques, which is one of the simplest ways. And a few other little snippety things that are going to make painting just a bit easier for you. But I think unless you have anything else to add, we can really leave it there on this particular one.
No, let's just round it up there. We'll move on to the painting for the next one.
Perfect. Well, as always, pray to the dice gods. Hope they smile upon you and you have a great day, guys. And just get a look at the beauty of that little fella. Anybody who's jumping into Age of Sigmar, I just very quickly want to say they're a fantastic army to get started with. And I'll leave you with that.